Good morning, beautiful people. I missed you guys. I hope you missed me too. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. And I have been vlogging some, but I didn't put it up because it wasn't very much, but you may see it right after this little intro. But let me just let you know what's been going on here. Things have been going very well. Still getting to know my little babies. We've been having some fun. So yeah, one of my coworkers just walked in. I'll be right back. All right, so maybe I can get it in. But the first thing I've got to do this morning is kind of organize my room because I really left it a mess. We had STEM Friday on Friday, and it was our very first STEM Friday. So I had 4 groups of students to do 4 different STEM activity, and checking to see if she was coming in. She probably will. Okay, so one group worked with Play-Doh and toothpicks, and they started building a really pretty castle. And when I looked back, they tore it down because they said it was falling down. So I, tried to instill in them that engineers have to solve the problem, have to figure out what the problem is and solve it. So it was their first time, so I had a little mercy on them. But hopefully they got the point because they really don't know. So I'm going to talk more about STEMs and the acronym STEM for the next 2 weeks, because we'll do it again, not this Friday, but next Friday. So the other group had popsicle sticks and clothespins, and they really had several things going on. They started with a fence, then they tore it down. They said they're going to do something else and tore it down. So they really never did come together with anything. One of my groups had index cards and tape, and they constructed a house. And the other group had what? Oh, connecting cubes, math connecting cubes. Well, my math center connecting cubes. So they built, I don't know what they say they built. They were another group that really couldn't finalize anything, which was fine. I know it was, the first time for them to do the STEM activity here with me and to try and work as a team. And prior to them getting into their group, we talked a lot about teamwork and social studies. So, but I think it went very well. They were very excited to create, to try and build I think they were very excited to create and try and build various things. One thing that I did notice is at least in every group there was one person that wanted to do their own thing. So I kept mentioning how we talked about I being in team in social studies. So they had to come together as a group and do it as a group. You could do part of whatever the group is doing to add to it, but you can't do your own thing. So we'll do that again next Friday. I think I already have something in mind that I'll share with you later, what we will do next Friday in STEMs. But before I go on, I may go ahead and put this vlog up. This vlog may be in several pieces. It may be in 2 pieces. But if you have not liked, comment, shared, subscribe, please do so. Thank you. And thanks to those of you that have subscribed to my channel, that are watching my videos and watching them till the end. I really appreciate that. And yeah, so I'm going to change up my focus wall. I'm going to try and organize this classroom just a little bit better in the next few minutes before my kiddos get in here. But when they get in here, of course, we'll do the usual. You know what? They did so bad on their spelling test until I said I may make them take that spelling test over this morning. And I may do that. I may make them write those words about 5 times each. And as they are writing the word, they need to say it softly, the letters in the word, and do better on that spelling test. So I may do that instead of the bell ringer. But however, I will have the bell ringer up because not everyone needs to retake that spelling test. So they'll come in and do their bell ring. I'm still working with capitalization and punctuation. When it relates to writing a sentence, they are not consistent with capitalizing, and I mentioned that in a previous vlog. They're not consistent with writing a sentence with a capital letter and remembering to put that end mark. So we're still working on that. So the first 2 sentences in their bell ringer will be a sentence that they will have to correct because it's not written correctly. Then sometimes they have a sentence and they have to choose A, B, or C to complete the sentence. And a couple of math problems, and I've been throwing up some additional math problems. I've been throwing up a fact family, number bond, missing add in. So I've been kind of adding 2 or 3 problems to whatever's already on the PowerPoint, some additional work. So after that, we'll do our whole group reading wonders. And this year, administration or central office has us switching around the wonders unit that we're doing. I think they want us to go ahead and do all of the short vowel sounds before we get into anything else. So I think this week we're doing short, maybe short O. Anyway, I know it's unit 2.2 because last week we did 2.1. The week before that, I think we did 1.4. We skipped 1.3, but I think we'll go back to 1.3 after 2.2, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see what those skills are, because I can't remember right now. Pulling things out of my bag. So the skills for 2.2 is short U words. So they'll have spelling words with run and fun and nut and cut and bug and rug, and then they'll have some review words. So that's what we're going to do. That's the spelling word, and that's the phonics focus for the week. The essential question is, what building do you know? What buildings do you know? And what are they made of? So we'll talk about that. The comprehension strategy is make and confirm predictions, and we do predictions. We do predictions a lot. A lot of times before I read the story, I'll give them a picture tour, and we'll talk about what they think is happening based on looking at the picture and knowing what the title is. So we'll make those and confirm them. We'll continue with character, setting, and events. We started talking about that on last week. And we read one of my favorite stories last week. It was the story about Millie the cow, I think, and how she'll text the postman or whatever. We love that story. So that was a really good story to talk about characters and settings and events. The grammar, it says singular and plural nouns. I think we're still doing common and proper nouns. I'll confirm that to make sure, but I know singular and plural nouns go with unit 2.2, but I don't think it's put on our pacing guide to teach right now. So, and it also says contractions with apostrophe S. So one of the stories we will do is Cubs in a Hut. It's a fantasy story. And another story we will do is The Pig, the Wolf, and the Mud, which is also a fantasy story. We love those good old fantasy stories because most of the time what an animal is talking and the animal is the character, so the kids really like that. So after whole group, I will move into my small group, and I think I'm back up to 4 groups because I wanted to split really my lowest group into 2 groups. And one of the activities for reading will be, they will buddy read. I have either a spelling activity or a grammar activity with the nouns. I think they will do. They will do a journal writing with one of them. So they'll do a journal writing with spelling or journal writing with grammar. And the other center is the computer and me. So we will rotate for about 15 minutes, 4 groups, and get that in. After we do our small group, then I have my tier 2 group that I work with, and I'm working with them with ABC order. I try and do about 2 groups for about 15 minutes each. But we're still doing sentences. We're doing various types of sentences and ABC order as well. So I will check back in with you later. Just wanted to jump on and let you know how my day is going to start. Have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Good morning, beautiful people. Today is Tuesday, September 17th, and I'm in the classroom trying to get a few things done. So I'm trying to hold the camera and multitask, and I'm not sure how that's going to work out. See, the lighting is terrible already. Hold on one second. So that looks too bright. But anyway, I'm back. So what you just saw me do, I didn't get a chance to change out my focus wall on yesterday, so I made it a point to do that first thing this morning once I got in here, because we did start unit 2 week 2 on yesterday, and I told you that my system decided to change up the weeks that we were doing them. We are not doing them in order, and I think it's because they want us to go ahead and do all the short vowel sounds first. That's my thinking, but I'm not sure what their thinking was. So I got that changed out, and I think I told you we're doing, did I say character setting? We're going to continue that. Short U words. I don't think I'm supposed to be teaching contractions and common and plural nouns, but I'm going to check with the reading coach this morning and find out, because when I look at the language pacing guide, it says something totally different. Those two things are not on there. So we had a good day yesterday, but what I am realizing, guys, is I need to make sure my students are doing sight words every day. I need to I guess assess them one-on-one and see which words they don't know and individualize their instructions. Yes, that's going to be a little challenging for me, but I think that's what I need to do. I have quite a few students that don't really know the Start Smart words, and those are the words I think they did last year in kindergarten. So just trying to think about how I need to help them. I think that is one way that I need to help them, to see what words they don't know, make index cards for those words. And I know that's going to be a lot of work on me, but I think in the long run that is going to be what they need. And another thing that I do is, if they can spell the word cap, sometimes I'll say, so if you know the word cap, if I change that vowel, you should be able to know how to spell that word. And some of them are not there yet.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I'm not sure where I was or what I was talking about. I think I was talking about trying to figure out what high frequency words, sight words, that my students don't know. So it is about 3 minutes before they come in. I am going to go ahead and get their bell ringer up, change the calendar, change the date on the board, and prepare for them. Hopefully I get a chance to check back in with you. I didn't on yesterday because our meeting ran a little long. Both meetings. I had a meeting at 12:30, then I had faculty meeting. They ran a little long. So by the time the 12:30 meeting was over, I had to get homework stapled to my newsletter, place them in the binder or planners. By the time faculty meeting was over with, I was just ready to check out. So I hope you're having a great day, and I will check in with you later. And I don't think there's anything else I need to say. Okay, bye-bye.